Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the River's Edge. I'm Abby. I'm here with my co-host and best friend Haley, and today we have something that is really, really special, and I think it's very fitting that our first official recording, is about Archie Andrews because that's what brought us together. He's both of our favorites. It's how we met, how we bonded, our love of Archie. So I feel like it's only fitting if he is the character that gets his episode first with us. So we talk about Archie all the time. I mean, I don't think that any of our FaceTime calls have ever been without mentioning Archie at least 37 times. So I feel like he's got to be the first one. But, we talk about him so much that I feel like everything I'm going to ask, everything that's discussed, we've probably talked about before. At least once. At least once, right?
Yeah, definitely at
Yeah.
least once, but it's interesting to look at it in a more formal sense. I
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Because, like, we know all the answers. I think I will know Haley's answers pretty well. She'll know mine pretty well, but we've never really talked about why, right? Never really
Yes.
talked about why, which is going to bring me to my first topic of conversation here. So I think I know this, but now that we're like actually sitting down and like locked in talking about it,
Mhm.
Archie is your favorite of Riverdale. Maybe
Yeah.
your favorite ever.
Yeah. I'd say
Yeah,
so. I'd say
Archie is
so.
your favorite.
I you can't see on the video, but I have three different colors of El Royale sweatshirt.
Yes, that I love to see whenever we're on FaceTime. I'm kind of jealous a little bit.
Bro, get them
Not
on
doing it.
Etsy.
I know on Etsy. I have one that's from set. No one actually wore it,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah, you do.
I have one that's from set, but I'll never wear it because
Yeah.
I'm like weird
Yeah.
like that. Like
Well, that's not
all of my
weird.
set stuff.
That's completely normal.
I know.
I would
Like
hope that was normal.
yeah, I mean I know people that they get stuff and they wear it, but
Yeah. We have
no.
thoughts on that, but those thoughts will
That's
come
that's
at a
for
later
another.
date.
That's for another, but Archie is your favorite
Yes.
ever on
Yes.
Riverdale of ever.
Of ever, of
Why?
anything ever.
Of anything ever. Why? Tell me. Tell
Why?
us.
Okay, I'm telling you. Um, so I started watching Riverdale when I was in the fifth grade, and this might come as a shock to a lot of people who know me and don't necessarily know me in real life or but I'm in high school. I just turned 17. And I've been watching, I'm a senior and I just turned 17 and
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it was August 28th. And I've been watching Riverdale. So I started, this is kind of long-winded, but I started watching Riverdale in fifth grade because my good friend at the time, she was watching it and she said, "Oh, I have this show that I really, really like and I think you should watch it. And I think you would really, really like it." And both of us, we really liked writing a lot of stories together. Like when we would have like silent reading time. Instead of reading, we would write stories in our notebooks. And obviously we didn't have like computers to like in fifth grade to like write our stories on. So we were writing in our notebooks and she said, I have this show I really, really like and I was like, I really took that to heart and I was like, hmm. And she didn't even really tell me anything about it, but she just told me to watch it because it was on Netflix. And something possessed me and I went home and I turned it on. I think I watched maybe the first five episodes in succession. And this was when season one was on Netflix, and I think season two was still in progress. So, but I watched like the first half of season one in one night, and I was in the fifth grade. And I
That's
came
crazy.
to school the next day. I came
Fifth
to school
grade.
the next day, and I said, "This is so crazy." I came to school the next day, and when I was about to sit down at the lunch table, I said, I said, "I'm Cheryl Blossom, most known as Cheryl Bombshell." I just started quoting the show, like the part where she's at the lunch table with them and she says
Yes.
like, "I'm Cheryl Blossom and I'm Cheryl Bombshell on Twitter." And it's in like
Yeah.
season 1. And I
Yes, I do.
saw that part and I think it's like in the first or second episode and
It's the
I
first.
it's in the first, yeah. And I quoted that to her and I just remember that. Okay, now I'm getting into Archie. we were on we were
Of
on
course.
Amino together. So
Oh my God.
I originally really liked Betty because I was blonde. And so I was like, "Oh, I like the girl who's blonde." And I was always told like, "Oh, you're a girl, you gotta like the girl." You know what I mean? Like it was just kind
Hmm.
of embedded
Yeah.
into me. And then I got on Amino and I started doing like those role plays on Amino. And then I was like, something about that Archie guy. And I made my profile
Yeah.
Archie and I was in this one role play chat that like really struck a chord with me, and that might come at a later date, but it really struck a chord with me with Archie for some odd reason. And I was like, this Archie guy. Okay. And all the things that I'm about to say, I have said before. And I have said even in my college admissions personal statement essay, um, that I wrote one of them about Riverdale in my collection and like my passion for things and
And it was beautiful.
yeah, and how my passion for that is like proof that I have passion inside of me for literally
Hmm.
everything that I do. Because even something as minuscule as a TV show, I could talk on and on and on about and get a little bit off track, I fear. But
Hmm.
so
It's okay.
um, something really struck a chord about him with me, and like as I was like kind of watching the show and watching this character specifically grow up, I kind of grew up alongside him. And I feel like he is the most real, in quotes, character on the show. All of his trauma is really crazy. Like, yeah, he got attacked by a bear. But he's like the most real, he's the most grounded character, I think. The fact that he's the main character because he's like the muse of Jughead, but he's like the main character without being flashy about it, without being like, I'm the main character, and something
Yeah,
about like watching him
totally.
try and fail and fail and fail and still keep trying and he had so many passions. He has so many things that he likes. He has so many passions and he's so passionate about all of them. And I just saw something like I am a blonde girl. I'm like a teenage girl. I am not like Archie Andrews physically in any way. And I'm not an athlete. I played hockey, I play lacrosse. But I wouldn't consider myself to be an athlete in any way. And I'm not Archie, but I am. Like I am inside because I do theater, like I don't know, and I do music too, but I'm like really passionate about everything that I do. And I just want to do everything. And that's something that struck a chord with me about him too. Just wants to do everything. Just the way that he's so grounded in the character. His emotions are the most real. Something that's always really stuck with me is his anger issues. The way that he um uses like as so he's like quiet about his pain. Like it's almost outward. It's almost outward, like if you're really looking for it. But to his friends who are not looking for it, they don't see it. They start to see it as it goes, but they don't see it really at first, and they don't see like he's grappling in season one with this thing with Miss Grundy, and they're poking fun at him. They're poking fun at him, and they don't see what he is grappling with because he's just hiding it deep down. And later on, once he gets into boxing, and even before that, he's kind of using his body, punishing his body physically as a form of self-harm. Like he's like dragging himself down like depths in his own mind and he's kind of fighting himself. Like he gets into boxing and yes, he's fighting other people, but I think he likes the bruises and he likes the punches and he likes being kicked down. And one scene that I really do like is and I'm not a fan of Uncle Frank. I see what they were trying to do with him, but I'm not a fan.
Agreed.
Yeah,
100%.
I see what they were trying
100%.
to do with him. But the scene where he's like, hit me, boy, hit me, and he makes him hit him instead of hitting himself and cutting up his knuckles on his punching bag. It's just something, I don't know, bro. It's just something about him. And he's that. He's all that. And it's so dark and it's so heavy, but at the same time, there is still so much capacity for love and so much love inside of him. And I've always thought of it, okay, excuse, I'm talking so much, but I just get very passionate about this. So I think it is a good start.
That's what this is for.
It is a good start. Okay. Uncle Frank, when he fought Uncle Frank and he was like, kick me, boy, kick me. He has that like whimsical quality about him at the same time. And I've always thought of it as like there's so much trauma. He's just been thrown through the ringer since season one. Like there's a whole list. Like I've written down a whole list. Like got groomed by his teacher, like comprehensive list of Archie Andrews trauma. Got groomed by his teacher. Got caught up with Hiram Lodge. And Miss Grundy is a story for a separate day, but the reason that it was there, a lot of people, and I don't like that it was there, and I don't like the way that it was portrayed during season one as it was happening. It's disgusting. It makes me feel sick. But portraying something is not condoning it, also. And it was used to kind of set up how easily manipulated he is, how vulnerable he is to that kind of stuff, how susceptible to being kind of manipulated and toyed with, just because he's so innocent. And he was so innocent at the time, and then it like got dragged down, and that's like a big theme within the show, a larger theme. Um, but the thing with Hiram Lodge that happened with Hiram Lodge was being set up by the situation with Miss Grundy. So it makes sense to me, even though it makes me sick to think about it. And I like how they addressed it in season six, and then in season seven when they nerfed it, made me so angry. It makes me physically sick to think about. Just because like I'm so I'm so enthralled with that character, and I'm so like connected to that character that it just makes me feel sick what happened to him, especially that because it just gets glossed
Yeah,
over.
it's very real.
Yes. And in
Happens
in
like in
season
real
two,
life.
yes. And in season two, the thing with Hiram, season three going in juvie,
Mm,
getting attacked by a bear,
yeah.
coming back crazy. Then he comes back and all that stuff, and he's like
A
finally getting back
lot.
into it. Then his dad dies.
Uh,
Yeah.
God.
And that is rest in peace, Luke Perry. I miss him like a
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker. Miss him like a motherfucker. But um like it's such a beautiful episode, such a beautiful tribute, such a beautiful enduring figure and enduring force, and I really like how they carried on his legacy through Archie, I suppose, like an Archie wanting to carry on his legacy. I was really, really that struck a chord, that struck a chord. But I always imagine it being as like imagine being like an extra at Riverdale. And this is also something for another time, and this is something I say a lot. But imagine being an extra at Riverdale and saying, like, oh, Archie, you've had such a hard life. Like, things have been so hard for you. And saying, like, I feel so bad for you. I feel so bad for you. But you know how he would answer that? Probably most likely, because I've been living in his head for since I was in fifth grade. He would probably say, what are you sorry for? Like, you can like recognize that there's been he's been dealt very hard cards, but he also I think he really just sees what he has, and he's like my friends and my family, the family that I do have, and my chosen family, my found family, my friends, my I have a roof above my head. I have my health, I have physicality, I have all of those things. And kind of just that. Like, and I think he really just sees the good in everything. And that comes from the comics. That is like the ideal of him from the comics. Um,
This is true.
and I do like how that endures through. But like how I think he would react to that is, and he knows that he's been through a lot because he struggles with it, he grapples with it. You watch him grapple with it. But just saying with confusion on his face, like, why are you sorry? Like, there's nothing to be sorry for. Like, yeah, like there's been difficult things, there's been hard things, but yeah, that's why.
Yeah. So, I guess I'll give my answer to that too.
Yeah, why?
Uh, why? Um, I mean, there's so many things that I could say. Like there's many, so many reasons. But it's like really hard to pinpoint one. But I'll just give like a kind of general or like one of the big reasons why, you know. Otherwise, we'll be here all night. We'll be here for like 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm
So
sorry. We were here all
it's
night.
no, but I think that with me, with everything that I like and every character, every show, every movie, I mean, I don't like anything as much as I like Riverdale, but in the things that I do like, and part of why I like not only just Archie, but Riverdale in general and Archie comics in general and the universe in general
Mhm.
is because there is so much to learn. And Archie is so solidified in
Yes.
Riverdale, in pop culture, in just
Hmm.
the world. Like even if you someone who's never picked up an Archie comic book in your life, odds are you're gonna know at least what it is, at
Hmm.
least who Archie is, and there's
Yes.
so much to learn about him. Like if you
Hmm.
watch another show
Yes.
and it's like a Netflix original series or any type of original something, right?
Hmm.
There's gonna be these characters that you don't really know much about, and you could go
Hmm.
based off of what you see
Oh, I
on
think
the
I know who
show.
you're toying at.
Yeah, don't make me say it.
Yeah.
Don't make me say
You're
it.
thinking of a specific character in mind. That's kind of
Yeah.
adjacent to Archie on a different show.
But anyway, with Riverdale, you could go into so many different things to get more about the character. Like you could look into the comics, you could look into the cartoons, and you could look into anything. There's so many things to learn about. There's so much. Like, and that's part of what, and I'm gonna go off on a limb here, on a little bit of a tangent,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay.
But part of like what kind of annoyed me a little bit about the Archie Comics fandom is that there are people that think that they know everything. Like there's somebody that tried to one up Haley, right?
Hmm.
Somebody that was like, "Oh, how many Archie comics have you read?"
And I was like, um,
Yeah,
like,
you didn't know this about Cheryl. Like you'll never know everything about Archie. You'll never.
mhm,
Like, you'll never know everything about the lore, about the character, because so many different people have had, like, they've taken a crack at the character that you'll never know everything,
mhm,
you know? Like, I could, for the next 30 years, still not know everything. And that's part of why I really love it. But for more Riverdale specifically, he's such a good person. And
yeah,
maybe that's a lame answer, but he's just good. And everything that even if it doesn't
fundamentally,
really hmm like
yes,
even if it doesn't always have the best outcome, and a lot of people like,
hmm,
he's very overhated. Like a lot
yes,
of people are like, "Oh, Archie's so annoying. Archie's so stupid. Archie's so this, Archie's so that." But like everything that he does at his core is coming from a good place,
yes,
you know? And because of that, because he wants to do right by everybody, he could get tricked by somebody like Hiram
hmm,
who's trying to, like mess with him, trying to make him think that he's gonna get something good out of it, and at the end of the day, he's really not.
hmm,
Like, you know, there's just so much to that, so much to be said
yes,
about him as like a person, and also
yes,
he's never boring. Everybody likes to
no,
clown on Archie. Oh, what's Archie gonna do today? Is Archie gonna be a boxer? Is he gonna fight a bear? Is he gonna be in jail? Is he gonna do this? Is he gonna do that? He could do everything.
yeah,
And I think that even though technically, you could chalk it up to bad writing and Archie being the guy that they could have do anything, but really, that's like the comics. I think that
yes, it
is really
is,
like that's the comics because
yes,
what other character do you know that has literally done pretty much everything? And that's another thing, another tangent here. That's part of why Archie Comics has lived so long
yeah,
because they are so solidified in who they are as
yes,
characters, as people, that you could stick
yes,
them in any situation and they will still be the same,
hmm,
like in a way. But you could
yes,
make them different and they'll still be the same. Like you could still
hmm,
look at like Vampironica and be like, "Oh, that's Veronica." Like that's Veronica from the Archie comics. Like Betty could be hunting werewolves and you're still like, "Oh, well, yeah, that's Betty."
hmm,
Like Jughead could be a werewolf and you're still like, "Oh,
it's
that's Jughead."
Jug, bro.
Like you could do anything with them. And that's
Mhm.
why Archie doing everything is literally the best thing that they could have done.
Yes, for
Like
real.
Archie being into construction and then being in the army and then
Hmm.
doing literally everything, being a musician, being a boxer. Like that is the essence of the character. He's never boring,
Hmm.
ever. He's never boring. And that's
Yes.
part of why, at least for me,
Hmm.
why I like him so much. But
Yes.
I'm going to shut up now
Okay,
because I
wait,
have
wait a
another
second.
thing. Oh,
I
you have
really
another thing to
enjoy,
add?
I really enjoy, just quick. I really enjoy the
Okay.
word solidified, and we will
Mm-hmm.
say that a lot because the characters of Riverdale, the reason why, both of us, I know we like things that are character driven. We like to look at character analysis, character study. Riverdale, the writing is a little goofy, so it's a character driven show at its core. There are things going on in the town, but it's not like monsters and like there is kind of stuff like that, but it's the characters. The characters are the plot. The characters' stories create the plot. Solidified is a word that we will say a lot, talking about the characters specifically, just all of the characters. They have a look to them, a look in quotes. Like you can see, like put together a couple of PNGs. You could put together a snake and a typewriter and the hat, and it's like, oh, it's Jughead. And some colors like black and green. Oh, it's Jughead. Blue and gold and red and football and a guitar and a dog. That's Archie. Like, it's very solidified. We like that word. Um, I don't remember what that was. I wrote something and I don't remember what that was. It was for his father intrinsic. If anybody knows what that meant when you were talking, figure it out. Um, and I
Well,
said,
he's like good for his
yeah,
father. Is that what you mean?
I
Like,
don't,
is
I
that
don't
what you
know.
mean?
I don't know. It was something. It was something. I don't know what I
Yeah.
what you were talking about when I wrote that. If I don't remember it, not important for right now. And I
Mm-hmm.
said essentially just closing in on this question. We really like Archie because he has a big heart. He has the good intentions. He just doesn't always know how to use it. And you get to watch him learn how to use it. So that's why.
That's good. But
That's good. That's good.
yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yes.
That's good. You'll come to find that we say that a lot. That's good.
That's good.
It's like our voice lines.
Hmm.
If we were in a video game, that's good. That would be
NPCs.
yeah.
No, didn't you
But
say mine is Berkeley?
oh yeah, Berkeley.
Yeah.
Okay. Next that I wanted to say.
We will be a
This
lot
is
shorter
like
on these.
yeah, this
They're
is
short
like
answers.
yeah, this is like a minor thing, but I just wanted to put this in here because I feel like this is really something that we need to address. And this isn't targeted at anybody, but a lot of people really like to say this, and it's always pissed me off because I feel like the answer is so goddamn simple. It's so easy to see why this would be.
Hmm.
Why is Archie's head the biggest on the poster? It's almost like it's his show. It's almost like
Yeah,
it's based on the Archie comics. It's almost like it's his show.
right.
That's why. If you look at the call sheet, he's
He's
number
number
one
one.
on the list. Like me and Haley, we both have these really big collections of clothes that were worn by KJ Appa. He's
Yeah,
number one on the list
number
for a
one,
reason.
Archie.
For a reason. That's why his head is so big on the goddamn poster because
Yep,
he's the main character.
yep.
And many people they want to say, "Oh, it's Betty." They're all the main character in a
Oh,
way.
it's Betty. Oh, it's Jughead. Jughead I can understand. Jughead is the narrator, but Archie is his muse. His story is
Archie is the main
essentially about
character.
Archie
Like
because
whatever
Jughead is
way you
writing
want
the
to say
story.
it. Like
Jughead is writing the story. He is the narrator. That doesn't make him the main character. He is the narrator. He's important in his own way. Archie is his muse intrinsically. That's like the whole basis of Jarchie
I
almost.
like
The
that
fact that
word.
Archie is or Jughead is the writer
That's
and Archie
good.
is the muse, or
That's
Jughead is
good.
the artist and Archie is the muse. That's the
Yeah.
basis of Jarchie. That's where it comes from. And you will come
Hmm.
to find that I talk about Jarchie a lot. Okay, but that
That's
that
good.
is
That
that's
good.
why he is
That
the main
good.
character. He is the
That's
main
good.
character.
He's the main character.
The
I had that written down.
protagonist. The protagonist.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so my next question that I wanted to know.
Okay.
So a lot of people have like when they talk about Riverdale, they especially in the fandom, there's things that people would like to change.
Hmm.
Would you like to change anything about Archie specifically? Like anything, you could say anything you
Okay.
want. Would you change it? Yes or no? And if so, what would it be?
Oh, I can't think off the top of my head, so I'm gonna go off the top of my head, and something is probably gonna come to me later, and I'm gonna be like, oh dang, I wish I said that. The first thing that came to my head was the cheating. I That could have been done.
110%.
Yes, that could have been done
110%.
like, okay, if you wanted to do something with Barchi, okay, they were toying around with it because they didn't do it earlier, and they were toying around with it, and they ended up on that, and they were just like, it's good enough. It,
Good
sorry,
enough. Good enough.
I'm not the biggest fan of Betty. Like, it's like she's not my favorite. It's fine,
Yeah.
like she's not my favorite, but that wasn't in her character either. That wasn't in
No.
her character. That wasn't in Archie's character,
No.
and people
Nope.
will get so angry at Archie about it. And it's like, okay, well, she was there first, number one.
Yeah.
She was there too, number one. And number number two, like,
Takes two to cheat.
yeah, for number two, like that is
Equal
just not
parts
in
their fault.
character for him. That's just out of character for him. So that's the thing I'd change probably.
I think we don't even have to like really go into mine because
No,
I
because
think
you agree.
mine is the same. And people love to blame Archie for that. But it takes two to cheat. Like her lips were there too.
Yeah.
And I think part of what makes me so mad about it, other than the fact that I am a huge, huge, huge Varchi fan,
Hmm.
is that it's just like the timing was really, like, really, really bad because
Yeah.
literally, what was it, like an episode or like two episodes prior, they're like, he's like, Ronnie, you're the only one for me. And then she's like reassuring Jughead. So, like, what? And like, there's a million different ways that they could have done it. Like, that's just whatever way you want to slice it, no matter who you like as a ship, whether you like Veronica and Archie or not, whether you like Barchi.
Yes.
Did anybody want it to happen that way? No,
No.
unless you're weird. If you wanted it to
Unless
happen
you're
that
weird.
way, you're weird. Because
Unless
cheating
you're
is
weird.
just like, ew. Like
Hmm.
in TV and in real life. Come on
Yeah.
now.
Come on now.
Like, come on now.
Yeah.
But that good. That good
Yeah.
answer.
That is
Thank you
good.
for saying that. I love it. Well, I
Yeah.
don't love cheating, but I love that answer because you're right.
That's the
As you
only
often
thing.
are.
The only
But
thing.
yeah, I don't know. I think
I
that
don't know what else.
that's,
Something else will come to me, but that's
but for now.
yeah.
So I know you agree with me on this one. This is a
Yes.
big one for us. That KJ Appa is literally the perfect Archie. Like they
I do
just
agree.
took the comic and shook it and he fell out.
I
Or
think
like they
so.
saw it and they like plucked him right out of the comic book. How different do you think the show would be if somebody else played Archie? That's like a really
That's a really interesting question.
thought-provoking question. I know.
That is an
Really
interesting question.
dug into my brain for that one.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Because I would think, okay, because I would think when you're setting up the question like that you're gonna say, who else would you have had play Archie? But you didn't ask that. You asked,
No.
how different do you think it would
Oh,
be? Because
because nobody else could play
because
him. I know
nobody
that.
else could. Nobody else could. And there are people that look like they could, like, but nobody else could. And
Yeah.
not even people that really look like they could, because he
No.
looks like he fell out of the comic book. He's
He
got the
literally, he
eyebrows. He
does.
has the same
His
nose.
eyebrows
His
were like,
eyebrows, his nose, his
it's
just
like
his
God was like, this guy is gonna
yes.
play Archie Andrews someday. Gotta
And he
give
just
him
shook
the
everything.
best eyebrows for
You gotta
that,
give him the
ever.
best eyebrows ever,
I
the little
love his
button
eyebrows.
nose,
I
the little
love them.
button nose.
I'm so weird like that. I
Yeah,
love them.
I know. I'm really enthralled with his nose. It's just so I like the little ball on it.
Didn't you say your friend likes his teeth?
No, I said I like his teeth.
You like his teeth.
I
I
said
think
I like his teeth.
the feature
Yeah.
that I like the most about him is probably those brows. Is that
Yes.
weird?
Okay. No, it's
Maybe.
not weird. It's not weird.
It's not weird.
Okay. I like the brow bone too. Okay, okay, what I think would be different. I think a lot of things would be different. I don't think the show wouldn't be written in the same way because it kind of wrote the characters around the actors. So I don't even think the plot of Archie would even be the same. And it depends on like who would have played him, and like the way that they would have played him. And I think KJ has the thing about him where he's able to get like the really dark stuff, but also have the lightness at the same time. He's able to have like and balance both of those things very well. Um, and I don't think somebody else really could do that. It'd be kind of one or the other. And obviously that's like acting. But people say that his acting is stale. Like a lot of people are like, his acting is very bland. His acting is very stale. And it's like, that's just Archie. Like, that's just Archie. Like, he has this confused look on his face all the time, and people point it out, and
It's endearing.
it looks like he says everything with a question mark. It's like there's just like an air of innocence about him, but at the same time, the idea that he's growing out of his innocence, and like that's kind of just acting, but like KJ Appa's mannerisms and his physicality just like adds so much to it, and like I don't even think I can imagine in my head somebody else playing him because like there are other people that are like, oh, he looks like Archie. Like Kit Connor looks like Archie from the comics. Like he looks like him because he's like ginger and like he's cute. And like I was like, oh, Nick Nelson. He's like, he looks like he could have played Archie in the comics. And this one kid that was in Dr. Doogie, he played the brother Kai in Dr. Doogie, and he's also Polynesian. He's also Pacific Islander, and I was like, he has red hair. Like I think it's natural or it might have been dyed, but I don't know. He had red hair, and I was like, he looks like he could be Archie. Like if Riverdale was made in 2020 instead of 2017, this kid looks like he could have been Archie, but could he have acted it? Not so sure. Could he have done the KJ Appa? Not so sure. The kilojoules Appa. That's what Alexa said last night. Kilojoules
Yeah,
Appa. So
Alexa.
so
Or
yeah,
like Paul Wesley Kajapa. I
Kajapa,
like
yeah.
that one.
I call him Kajapa a lot of the
Oh,
time.
she just responded. I don't know if it picked that
Oh,
up.
I don't think it did. That's good. That's good that it didn't
No.
pick it up.
Oh, that sucks. But yeah, I think you're right.
Hmm.
Like I think we both agree on that. That well, I don't think. I know. I
Yeah.
know. I have to be
Yes.
more sure of that. But nobody else could have played him.
Mhm.
Like it's just a
Yeah.
fact. Like you
Yeah.
could have red hair. And I
Yes.
think any man, like any white dude that's like around that age that could play like 17 that has red hair
Hmm.
has probably heard, "Oh, you look like you could be Archie."
Yeah.
But you could look it all day long, but could you have done it? And I'm not going to be that person. I'm not going to be an ass and say, "But could you have said the epic highs and lows of high school football?" Because come on, like we're
Yeah.
not gonna be corny like that. Like, no, absolutely not. That's not gonna be brought up.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the only time that's said in this
Hmm.
whole however the hell long this is
Yeah.
gonna be. Epic highs and lows of high school football, that's it. Right there. Said, done, over.
Yep.
But like, also, could you have done season 7?
Right. Right. Could you have done the Crucible monologue? You're acting as a character acting. He's playing Archie while Archie is still acting as like I know that that's acting, but like that was
Yeah,
phenomenal because he had the
really.
mannerisms of
It
Archie,
really,
but
truly.
also John Proctor, but also the mannerisms of Archie playing John Proctor and like everything that was going on up until that point and just a beautiful thing. Just beautiful
It
thing.
is. I agree.
Touches my
That
heart.
good. That's good.
Yes, it touches
That's
my
good.
heart.
But next, I wanted to ask you this because I don't actually think that I've ever asked you this question before. I don't
Oh,
think this is something that we've talked about.
oh,
Maybe
okay.
not like in
Okay.
depth,
Okay.
but maybe. I could
Okay.
be wrong. I could be
Okay.
wrong, but I know my answer for this.
Okay.
And I'm going to start it off with my answer so it sounds less like I'm interviewing you.
Okay.
So the show really touches on a lot. I feel
Yeah.
like because there is so much and so much to say about each character, so much to
Mm-hmm.
happen in each storyline,
Mm-hmm.
that it's really hard to give anything the thorough treatment that it deserved or needed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where Riverdale really fell short a lot of the time
Yes.
because they
Yeah.
have a lot to say, but they don't really have a lot of time to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot that probably is in Roberto's hard drive somewhere,
Yeah.
cut out that we'll never see.
Yeah.
Which, Roberto, please, deleted scenes, please.
We
Someday,
beg, we
we
beg.
beg. But for me, I wish that the show touched more on Archie's PTSD, especially in season 5, because, like, he went to war, literally.
Hmm.
Like, and it's kind of just after a while when it's not really convenient for the whole, like, it's 7 years and they're back. Like once it stopped being relevant for that, they kind of like, all right, well, and I know
Okay.
this is about Archie, but another thing that, oh my God, it pisses me off so bad is Jughead's alcoholism.
Yeah.
Jughead's an alcoholic, and
Yes.
all of a sudden, he shaves his beard off or his little mustache off, and he's like, well, I'm done. Like, that's not how it works. Like, I
Mm-mm.
know they did a little bit of it, but I feel like it really deserved more, especially for a fan favorite like Jughead. Like, so many people argue that he's the main character and
Yeah.
something like that. And there's so many layers to that, but I'm not going to talk about that. That's for the Jughead episode. But
Mhm.
for me, definitely the PTSD.
Yes.
I wish that was like more addressed.
Hmm.
And like, I know that it technically was this next thing, but I feel like they did it way too late in the show, was Archie being groomed.
Yeah.
Like they only finally said the G word
Hmm.
in season 6.
Groomed
Like,
by Wendy. Groomed by
yeah,
Wendy.
like like what the hell is
Yeah.
that? I
Yeah.
mean, like seriously, it just makes zero sense. But what is your answer,
Just,
Haley?
I just have, I dislike the way that they treated the Miss Grundy situation in season one because it was like, just like lazy writing. And you'll come to find that if you love something, you're able to critique it and you don't follow it blindly. And we love this show, but we realize that it is bad writing at times, and that's like a huge intrinsic part of it and a huge pitfall that a lot of people have with it. Um, that's just lazy writing in season one, the way that they addressed it in season one, and I really liked the way that they handled it in season six. But then in season seven, bringing her back, I literally said this earlier. I was pissed off about that. Something I wish that they would explore more. Um, I I fear that I have to agree with what you said, but in a little bit of a different way. So his PTSD, yes. Um, but not just from the war. Well, that is very important,
Well,
but
yeah.
just like through the whole thing. It was just like, and they did touch on it beautifully. Um, you'll come to find that the first three episodes of season five, which were meant to be the last three of season four, are like some of my favorite episodes. See, 5-2 and 5-3. 5-2 especially. Oh my God. When he breaks the TV with the baseball bat. Oh, his just his PTSD, but also the way that he handles that and the way that he does not know what it is. He doesn't know what it is. He thinks that something's wrong with him, like inside of him. He's not like he doesn't he doesn't think that it's something that he can't control. He thinks that it is he's faulted and he is faulty and he's something that's broken that needs to be fixed and he wants to fight to fix himself, you know? And he wants to hurt himself to fix himself by hurting himself physically, by pushing himself athletically. Um, um, Also, oh yeah, when you said that you wanted to talk more about his PTSD, I thought about, I think it's somewhere, and it's got to be somewhere else on the internet, but there was like a quote unquote theory that every character represents a mental illness or something. There was like a theory about that, or not even a theory, but just like a text post or something, some analysis study, excuse me, about how about how every character could represent some sort of like one mental illness. And Archie is clearly PTSD. Clearly, like he's supposed to be, even from season one when he's having flashbacks about hearing the gunshot, even from season one. And he's like, oh my God. And then season two, boom, right away, right off the bat, flashbacks, like his eye, like he's like Raven with the eye where it like goes in like Raven from That's So Raven. And he sees like
I thought
visions
you
of
were talking about Raven from Teen Titans. I was gonna be
no,
like, what the hell are you talking
no,
about?
like Raven from That's So Raven or whatever. And he sees like the visions and the flashbacks season one through four. I wrote season one through season four PTSD before war. He wouldn't, and I understand, like, it didn't come up, the idea of having PTSD. Well, it did come up, in Miss Burble, with Miss Burble, didn't it? She kind of touched on it a little bit. I
What,
don't,
the PTSD?
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I mean,
but he
like I
didn't,
said, a
yes.
lot of things they tried, but they really didn't
They
have
tried,
enough
yes,
time to
yes,
like fully get into it
yes,
the way that they
but
should have.
he didn't. I agree and I understand. And you can read it in the way that he might not have noticed or might not have realized. And you could argue that he didn't realize until season 6 that he got groomed because even though it was just bad writing, that he didn't realize because he didn't know that he had PTSD and like he just thought that something was intrinsically wrong with him, which is a way that you can read it to make sense of the bad writing, which is something that we do a lot, is we read it in a different way to make sense of the bad
This is
writing.
true.
This is true, especially in our own writing and our own analysis and stuff. When it has to make sense, it has to make sense in some way. So we have to figure it out. Um, Not noticed until season 5 with diagnosis. So it makes sense. It makes sense. And it makes sense that when another trauma happens, the others kind of come back and the others kind of bubble back up, even when you think that they've died down. So that makes sense that a lot of the things were coming back up and coming back up and coming back up. And that happened with the other characters too, numerous times. But it is more apparent to me with Archie because in season 5 he comes back from the war and you think PTSD, you think war. And he was in war, and then all of a sudden, oh, now he's thinking about his father dying. When his father got shot when he was in juvie, he's thinking about Hiram Lodge. And he's like, "Holy shit, I got fucked over." And he kind of pushed all that down because he was focused on everything else. And he didn't have time to focus on and kind of reel himself back. He didn't have time to reel and then reel himself back from the trauma that he just had because it was just one after the other, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. That's how CPTSD starts. That's how CPTSD works. Complex PTSD. Because it's one after the other, blah, blah, blah. And you cannot heal from the one that just happened before another one happens. So, and that's what I believe that he has is complex PTSD, but he's not explicitly diagnosed with that one. But that's a more
I agree.
complex,
That's
yeah.
that's a good. Yeah,
That
that's
is
good.
good.
That
That
good.
is
That
good. That
good.
is good. That is good.
Yeah. So my next thing that I wanted to ask you, and I know your answer to this.
Okay.
I think I do.
Okay.
I think I do. But do you have a favorite season for Archie?
Girl, yeah, you already know that
I know it's yeah, I
answer.
know the answer, but
You
we gotta
already
let
know that
our
answer,
people
but
know.
okay, the answer is season 4.
I
The
knew
answer is
that.
season 4, just because I feel like it's the one that finally addresses his issues.
Yeah.
It just a little bit. It just kind of gets on it a little bit, just enough where it's kind of like, ooh, we're talking about this now? Ooh, ooh. Season 4, just love everything about it. Love the addition, and not even just for the fact that it like addresses his trauma, but also for the fact that it addresses like his relationships a little bit more. It is heavily focused on him because they can't kind of they can't brush past what happens in the first episode of season 4. So season 4 is a little bit more focused on him, even though like the mystery is like, oh, Jughead's dead. But it's a little bit more focused on him. Because they can't brush past episode 1. And so I really enjoy his work with the community center, his work, how he takes over Andrew's construction, like the montages of him opening up Andrew's construction and kind of having to grapple with that. You can read in a lot of my writing. I write a lot about that kind of stuff and like what's going on in his head during that time. A lot of my writing, I am a Red Paladin with 2 R's on AO3. And
Hell yeah.
there's a lot of things that I will write about that you can read there what I think is going on in his head, but I enjoy that. His relationships with Mary, which I could talk about that a lot, but I won't get into it. Mary, Mad Dog, Reggie. His relationship with Jughead is expanded upon. His relationship with Betty, even though there's the cheating, it like comes back.
Veronica.
His relationship with Veronica, obviously, but I really, really enjoy his plot with Monroe,
I know.
and I do enjoy his.
Haley's like the biggest fan
I think I
of
am.
Mad Dog.
I think it's a little bit hard to top that, but I am.
Yeah,
I
I
am.
would I would say.
I
I would
love him.
say Eli Gore, we miss you.
I know. I miss him.
Eli, Eli,
I
he's
love
off
Eli
somewhere.
Gorey.
He's
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 off
probably
somewhere.
praying right now.
I
We
know. I
love
love
him.
him. I love him.
We gotta love him.
We got it. We got to
This
shout
is
him out.
Yeah,
Yes.
part of our lore kind of
Yes.
that sounds so cringe, but our friendship lore is that we used to be frequent viewers of Eli Gorey, who played Mad Dog. We used to be frequent viewers of his Instagram lives before he deleted his Instagram, and he shouted Haley out, but he said her
Yes.
username wrong, and it's become like a joke for us.
Oh, and it was a long drive. Doot, 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 doot,
Oh
doot.
yeah,
You
because
gotta
he
post
was.
that video. You gotta post that video when this
We have
episode
to
comes
post
out
the
to
video.
make sense, to make it make
Yeah,
sense.
so he was live on Instagram and his phone starts going off as he's talking and it goes doot, 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 doot,
He was
like
just talking about some drive. It was a
yeah,
long
like
drive.
the Android notification. It's so funny.
Doot, doot,
We
doot,
miss you,
doot, doot.
Eli. We miss you.
We miss
You're not
Eli.
forgotten. Mad Dog, Haley.
No, I
At least you're
love
number
Mad
one
Dog.
fan.
I love Mad Dog, and I love his relationship with Reggie. And I know it's expanded upon in season 7, but I was a truther of that for a long, long
You
time. And
were.
I
That's true.
love how it was. I know I was freaking out when season 7 aired because of my little at the time we were
Oh yeah.
yeah we were
Your Huz.
yeah
Huz at the time.
we were like we were obsessed with Archie Reggie, and I like Archie Reggie. I'm a Archie first, but I do like Archie. I do like a little Archie Reggie from time to time. And so I was like,
I agree
ah!
to disagree. I agree to
I
disagree.
was like season 4 Archie Reggie,
Yeah.
and then they did it
But
on season 7,
yeah,
and then everybody was like, "Oh my God, I loved Archie
I
Reggie," and I was
know.
like, "What
You
do
were
you
like the
know?"
OG.
It's like, "What do you know
The
about Archie
OG.
Reggie?"
This is
Except
true. But
I called it Mandrews,
oh
though.
yeah, you did.
Mantle Andrews before it had the name Archie Reggie. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but
Yeah. But my answer to that is three. Season three is the season that
I know.
yeah, you that means that she knows, by the way.
Yeah.
That's our little weird way of saying that. But my answer is definitely season three. It's the season that I started watching Riverdale. Like I started when season three was airing.
Hmm.
So that was really the first season that I watched live. It's the season that I've seen the most. I don't know why. It just like I'm not gonna be cringe and say it tickles my brain the right way, but it's something about it.
It
I love it.
does. It
And it
does.
like I feel like it's peak Riverdale. Like it just
It
is.
kind of
Like
is.
the overall vibe of it, like there's so much nostalgia there. And also, this is like a weird thing to say, but everybody got so hot in season three. Why? Like something was in the air. Like KJ looks like a lot different. And also there's a lot of good Archie and Jughead scenes.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of good
Oh
Varchie. A lot of people like to say to me, "Oh, Abby, that's like the worst for them because they're like broken up a lot of it." Angst.
yeah.
Hello?
Ooh. Ooh.
Angst. A little
Ooh.
angst never hurt nobody. It's
No,
good.
it
I love
didn't.
it.
It
I
didn't.
love season three. And you know what? I was always a season three truther. Always. And people always like, oh, season one is way better. And season three
Not.
sucks because G&G is stupid. And season
Not.
three is stupid. And it's dumb. And now everybody's like, complete 360. Like, season three was peak Riverdale. I love season three. I've always loved season three. So stop.
Yeah.
You could love it, but they switched up. Everybody
Yeah.
switched up. But mm,
Yes.
next up, K. And then we're going to try to wrap this up after this.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I have a couple more questions for you. Um, but I think the main one, this will be our last
Okay.
question. Okay.
Okay.
I know your answer to this
Bro, they all start with this, bro.
because I know you.
I know.
Because what the fuck have we not talked
But
about,
we
bro?
still have to formally discuss.
We have to discuss it to the
Yes.
people.
Yes.
I was about to say something, because we're called the River's Edge.
Hmm.
We need a name for our listeners, but
Mm.
I don't think there's really a lot that we could
Oh, I like that. I like that. The edgers. Stop edging me. Stop edging me.
Oh yeah, sorry guys.
I
I
like
gotta
that.
go home. It's Wednesday. I gotta listen to the
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 edge.
edge. Yeah,
That's
I'm on
good.
the river's edge. But
Oh,
anyway, um I know your answer to this. I
Okay.
do.
Okay.
I know your answer to this. We gotta the people, okay? The
Okay.
people.
Okay.
Um, what is your favorite ship for Archie?
We know the answer.
We know.
It's Georgie.
Oh, but second up.
Second up, you're gonna hate me. Archie Reggie.
No, girl. No, no, no,
It's Archie.
no.
Yeah, I
Uh,
Okay, it's the most developed in my brain. Okay, I
okay.
like what they gave. Okay, in the show, I like Varchi. Like in the
Good,
canon of the
good.
show, that's my favorite. Okay, in the canon
Okay,
of the show,
good.
like what happens in the show, Varchi is my favorite. In um within headcanons,
Your
within
brain,
fan fictions,
your
in my
brain.
brain, in my
Yeah.
brain,
Well, that's
the
fair.
version that I have in my brain of Jarchi and the version that I have in my brain of Archie Reggie are my favorite. My favorite. And
Well,
it's
that's the beauty of Riverdale that
yes.
you could do that. Like
Yes, and it can
because
technically
there's
be
so
canon too, because
much. Like
there's 10 million comics. Why can't I just have one in my brain that's canon too at the same
that's
time?
true. Yeah, but the people, they know my answer. I think everybody that knows me knows my answer
Yeah, we know.
is Varchi, Team Varchi for
Yes.
fucking ever, forever and ever and
Hmm.
ever and forever and as long as I live, Team Varchi. And I don't care if anybody doesn't like that because I do. Because I love it
Yeah.
and it's amazing
Yes.
and you could pry them out of my cold dead hands. You could tell me, oh, well, Veronica's not the Modesto wife. Shut up,
Shut
because
up.
she is.
And that's the beauty
That's it.
of it
That's
all.
it. To me.
To you.
Hashtag to me.
I
Hashtag
I love
Team
hashtag
Varchi.
to me.
Hashtag to me. Me. You don't gotta like it, but I do. And
Yeah.
it's beautiful to me in my brain and in the show. And I'll take all of the seasons that we got of Varchi over anything any day. But like
Hmm.
second up,
Second up.
for Archie ship wise, my second favorite ship overall would have to be Bughead.
Yeah.
And again, pry it out of my cold, dead hands.
Yeah.
My dead rigor mortis hands. You can take them out of those.
Yeah.
But for Archie, probably Jarchie. I mean,
Yup.
me and you we're so the same on so many things, but we're also so different. You ship him with everyone. I ship him with two people.
I ship him with everybody. I also quite enjoy Archozy and
Nah,
Archie and
they're
Daisy.
a no from me,
I
man.
quite enjoyed that. I quite enjoyed that.
I know you
And
did.
you're gonna hate this, and some of the listeners are gonna hate this too, but Barchi is fine
No,
sometimes.
no, they're
And I
not.
know you're gonna hate it, and
No.
I know you're gonna hate it, but you know
Uh-uh.
that about me. You know that
I
about me.
know it about you. That doesn't mean I have to like it.
I know you don't have to like it, but I'm fine
No.
with it in certain contexts.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah.
I know. And I see the appeal of it. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I don't know why people like it. Like,
Hmm.
I think if you think about it in the way that, like, oh, the perfect girl and the perfect boy, it's like, okay, I
Yeah.
get it. Like, a lot of people like that, childhood best friends, like, people, really like tropes. So,
Yes, it falls
I
into
get
that.
it to an extent, but I think that at their cores, they're deeply different. Like,
Yes.
it just
Yes.
wouldn't
Yes.
work in the
Yes.
long run. And you don't, like I said, I don't want anybody to give me shit about this. You don't have to like what I'm saying, but it's just what makes sense to me
Yeah.
about them. And Haley, you are the only one that is allowed to like them to me.
Oh.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Oh.
Nobody cancel me for that.
Nobody cancel. Nobody
That's a
cancel.
joke.
We've been canceled enough by
Oh yeah.
Barchies.
Yeah. Or phalluses.
Oh my God, that's another
That's
time.
another that's another time. That's a story for another time. But anyway, I think this was a great chat,
Yeah,
Haley. I
I
think this was really amazing,
I do
and I hope
agree.
that everybody loved it.
I yeah, I do. I
If you
do.
made it this far, thank you so much for listening. We are releasing episodes every Wednesday because welcome back, Riverdale Wednesday. It's
Yes.
been too long. And you can follow us on River's Edge Pod. You're probably listening to this on Spotify because
We don't have it on Apple yet.
Apple It's not working yet, but hey, if eventually down the line you're listening back to this once it's on Apple, once we figure it out, then thank you for listening
On
on Apple
Apple.
Podcasts.
Yeah.
But if you're on Spotify, thank you for listening to Spotify. And if we eventually figure out how to get it on whatever else you're listening on, does anybody use anything else other than those two? I don't know. But if you are, thank you so much for listening. You can follow me on Instagram at Riverdale Collector, Haley on Instagram if you want to give your Insta,
At Canetti, Canetti, Canetti.
and follow the update account for the pod
Mhm.
at Rivers Edge Pod.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you so very much
Yeah.
for listening. I'm Abby, and this is Haley, and we love Archie Andrews, and we love all you guys for listening to this. Thank you so much. Until next time,
Goodbye.
goodbye.